It is Monday, the 3rd November 2025. Welcome to KOT FM News Beat at 8, but first, the highlights. Samia Suluhu sworn in for a second term as Ruto congratulates Mama Samia for re-election. In the meantime, Siasa Place Director warns against internet shutdown amid election tensions in the region, and Trump threatens U.S. military action in Nigeria. Welcome to the main items. My name is Likuyani Eli. We start off with Jumia News, where President Samia Suluhu has been sworn in for the second term amid heightened security following a disputed election marked by a violent protest and opposition claims of fraud. The swearing ceremony took place at a military parade ground in the capital, Dodoma, in an event closed to the public but broadcast live on state television. Several African leaders attended the ceremony, including Mozambique's President Daniel Chapo, Zambia's Hakainde Hichilema, and Burundi's Evariste Ndayishimiye, and Somalia's Hassan Sheikh Mohamud was also present alongside delegates from Uganda, Zimbabwe, and the Comoros Island. Kenya was meanwhile represented by Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, Zanzibar President Hussein Mwinyi, who was also sworn in last weekend after his re-election, was present at the event. We continue with that news as President William Ruto has congratulated Tanzania President Samia Suluhu Hassan over her re-election. In a statement issued on Monday, the head of state conveyed his warm wishes to President Samia, stating that Kenya was reaffirming her commitment to a strong historical and cultural ties shared with Tanzania, emphasizing that both nations' relations are anchored in a common pursuit of peace, stability, and prosperity within the East African community and the African Union. Ruto concluded by assuring that Kenya stands ready to continue engaging constructively towards a peaceful, prosperous, and integrated East African community. And in matters internet governance, Siasa Place Director Ms. Nerima Wako has cautioned against the use of internet shutdowns, noting that such actions create an information vacuum that fuels misinformation and disinformation. Speaking to KOT FM in reference to recent election events in Tanzania and similar occurrences across Global South, Ms. Wako warned that restricting digital communication during politically charged periods can heighten tensions and increase the risk of population clashes. She emphasized the need for governments to uphold digital rights and ensure open access to information as a means of promoting transparency and maintaining public trust.
What the status quo is doing, or current regimes are doing, is controlling and managing populations rather than figuring out what the issues are, which is young people calling for accountability, processes, opportunities. They don't want to answer that, so they would rather just minimize dissent, get rid of it, manage, control. This is going to be a clash of populations because younger people continue to be the majority. And if we have governments that are unresponsive, then we're obviously going to continue seeing backlash and people fighting because they are being oppressed.
And on tragic news, another landslide has claimed 2 lives in Kibendo area of Keyo North Sub-County, Elgeyo Marakwet. The county government confirmed in a statement issued on Monday that the victims were crushed in their homes by boulders that rolled down the steep valleys. Meanwhile, the Elgeyo Marakwet County government is setting up a formal framework to coordinate public and corporate donations for victims. On the international scene, US President Donald Trump has directed the Pentagon to prepare for possible military action in Nigeria, threatening to enter the West African nation guns blazing over alleged killings of Christians. President Trump did not rule out deploying American troops, saying an operation could be on the table. He warned that if Nigeria government continues to allow attacks on Christians, Washington will cut off aid and may launch a swift and forceful strike. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, has faced years of deadly violence affecting both Christians and Muslims, fueled by extremist groups and farmer-hardened clashes. President Bola Tinubu, in the meantime, rejected claims of Christian genocide, saying Nigeria opposes religious persecution and welcomes US cooperation, but only in ways that respect its sovereignty. In sports news, Kinania Sportive were lucky for the second weekend running after being awarded another walkover, this time against St. Mianto FC on Sunday, November 2nd, in a much-anticipated FKF county fixture scheduled for 3 p.m. at Kinania Primary School grounds did not kick off as the visiting team failed to show up. The center referee consequently handed Kinania victory through a walkover, earning them 3 easy points, just as they did last weekend against Jessie's Sports Club. No reason was given for St. Mianto's failure to honor the fixture. In the meantime, our fourth spotlight in the KOT FM GOAT in the Making series, Alfred Mutuku, fondly known as Ali, features for Kimongo FC in the match against Kinani and is currently sitting for his final KCSE exam at Kinani High School. From all of us at KOT FM, we wish Ali and all the rest of the candidates in the country, across the country, the very best. This marks the end of our news beat tonight. My name is Likuyan Eli.